it seems they may be doing something already live at Diamond Mountain because we haven't heard yet, but I'm looking forward to getting to see Geshe Michael and Gibson in any minute now. Oh, thank you. Upala is giving us a update that they are taking a break after meditation. Perhaps they just finished their class. So I hope everybody's doing well. I see that there's many people here. For those of you who are new to Xuanzang's Tower, these classes are perhaps a little bit different from what you're seeing in the rest of this event. This is a thing where, or these are classes where Geshe Michael gets together with a team of translators and we work together to translate ancient books. And so the content is often difficult. It's right out of the text, the ancient texts, not distilled or tailored to suit the minds of new students or Western students or anything like that. It's it's the straight philosophy exactly as it's been passed down for hundreds and sometimes thousands of years. So that's what we are studying together here. And it's exciting and it's amazing. And I feel that we're all really lucky to have this opportunity to get to learn this ancient wisdom straight from Geshe Michael, incredible master, incredible translator, and someone who has an uncanny ability to communicate these ideas in terms that we can all understand. So buckle up and get ready. The class that we're going to do today is just one. It's on the art of interpretation. So it's called oh, excuse me for 1 minute. It's called the Charngi Election Ningpo, the essence of eloquence. And Geshe Michael is working on translating it with one of our newer translators who's not that new anymore and is incredible, Gibson Chang. And it seems that there is no Chinese translation right now. 对不起, uh, 我可以说中文. No, I can't. Sorry. Jeez. I'll try, okay? For those of you who are making them cry. Okay. In a good way or in a bad way? Nice try, someone said. That means he could tell that I was trying to speak Chinese. Uh, okay. 早上好，我很开心在这里。现在我们有 Xuanzang's Tower. So now I'm getting hearts. There's our man Gibson, or that's a picture of him anyway. Gibson, come and save me. I'm trying to speak Chinese. You have witnessed this firsthand many times. It's like a sinking ship. I have a request. Perhaps the Worldview production team, amazing group of people who have been taking care of us for a long time, making sure that our classes are broadcast and archived, preserved. I'm wondering if somebody on your team could be sure to promote the other mixed nuts so that we can chime in. Like Ben and Utpala and Word and Adam and let's see who else maybe just joining online. I think Sugang Stanley, Seiji, Xiaoping are all there. Oh, word is there. Great. Upala, you're not there. If you guys could give Ben Upala and Adam, and
I'm here already.
great.
Just letting you vamp.
Oh,
I don't want
thank.
to interfere. You're doing a fine job.
Oh yeah, no, no, it's great. I'm so glad. Yeah, once it starts. Although I would say, as a general rule, if I start speaking Chinese or
You're in
attempting,
trouble. It's time to step
yeah,
in.
it's time.
That's your white flag.
Yeah, yeah. But no, I was more wanting you guys to be promoted so that you'd have the chance to win $100 or something.
Good.
Yeah,
For I get $100 for recognizing what language you're trying to speak.
that's not quite. You get the joy of winning, the glory. Yeah, and if other people generally like to chime in and speak and read, and you want to be promoted, you can raise your hand so that you can participate by, giving us answers like Duo Duo, who tends to participate a lot.
Mhm.
So everybody's looks like Sonam is there with a microphone
Yes.
in hand.
Hi, Nick.
Hi, how's it going?
It's going well.
Good.
Before the free program, Shenzang's Tower from Diamond Mountain can start, you need to watch a coffee meditation advertisement. About 1.5 years ago, we started a program which was called Ducks in a Row to get all your seats together to attend the retreat live in Diamond Mountain. Money, time, and visa. And I would like to rejoice with all of you that we have 4 people on site which managed to get everything together. Please, Jackie Greenfeld, Olena Kushner, Anastasia Kovalenko, Ikuku Sukimota. I have beautiful Ducks in a Row t-shirts for you. It's incredible what you have done. I'm so happy that you are here. And I would like to mention, I would say the first star ones are Anastasia and Ikuko. They submitted 10 reports from their meetings. Both are here with their husband, and Ikuko even brought her beautiful child. Thank you so much. If you want to be here, sign up. And now the free program starts. Thank you for watching the advertisement. I give you the, just pick it up. And I have a small one for you. Thank you. Sizes up.
Thank you so much.
There's another one. Just new sizes
For you, for you.
Okay, then I take
Yeah.
that. Okay.
Which one do you need?
No.
I can take bigger if you want.
No, Alice.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
All right. Hi, Gibson. Hi, Geshe Michael.
Hello.
早上好. Good to see you guys.
Did you wake up, Nick?
I'm awake. Got strong caffeine.
Tradition. It's traditional when both are. Should I start? Okay. It's gonna. Yeah, they'll promote you. Okay. All right. So today my homework is a little bit special because we are going to review the outline that we have till right now. Let me see. Can you guys see the screen? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So this book is called The Art of Interpretation, and they mainly divide by two books. First one is called In the Position, which we rely upon the commentary upon what I really means. And this is on the viewpoint of the mind only, I guess so. And the other book is called, let me see, In the Position, which we rely upon the teaching given by the never-ending wisdom, Bodhisattva. So we are in a very, I think we already go through a few verses. We are right now on the folio 4B. So let's review what we have right now. So we are right now in the first big division, and okay. So this is how homework today. I will have the brackets, and you can show me the answer. Okay. So the first one is Dodene Chitta Sumpa Gupa. So what is the blanket here? Yeah, presentation or setting forward. Setting forward. Yeah. Gupa. And Dodela Galbonki Chiwa. What is mean to clarify those apparent what? Question, yes.
Yeah, good. This is a nice homework.
Yeah, mean to clarify those apparent contradiction or inconsistency. Yeah, high five. Gawa de Bongwelen. Yeah, answer. The answer to clarify this apparent.
I'll give you a clue. As a teacher,
Yeah.
don't let him answer. Don't let him answer everything.
Okay.
All right. Let's Sushumna answer a few things.
All right. And this one, I'm not sure if my translation is correct. No one need me to kangla gongne, no one need me ba sun ba xie ba. Okay. And explanation of the way how nothing has any nature of its own, that Lord Buddha had in mind when he said nothing had any nature of its own. Okay.
Good.
And this category, we have the three. We are right now in this category, under this category. The first one is the Dodemba. What is Dodemba? It's quite, what is the Do? Sutra.
Abbreviation.
Abbreviation, yes. So it's a brief. Okay. Yeah, it's a brief introduction.
Good.
Okay.
Okay.
What is a Sheba?
Explanation.
Yeah, explanation. Geba.
Extensive.
Extensive. Yeah. So we are right now here.
Good.
An exhaustive explanation. And
About
Dedaki,
what? Remind us of extensive explanation about what?
They're all
what the Buddha really means.
when he talked
when
about
he talk about nothing have any nature of its own.
good. Okay, that's where we are now.
Yeah. And the third is Tedaki Pedempa.
Nice.
Is an example used for the illustration of this idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Okay, we almost finished. Kang la gong ne makeba soksu sunpa sheba. An explanation of what this was that he had in mind when he say makeba so makeba.
Makiapa.
Things don't start.
Nothing
Yeah.
grows.
Nothing starts. Nothing
Things
grows.
like nothing starts.
And our next category is ngoa ni sun ki ngoa ngu sunwa, and it's a big topic in this book. So what is that?
Identifying the three types of lack of self-nature.
Yeah, identify. And
Oh.
Geshe mentioned last
No,
time.
it's not the lack.
Oh, yeah, the nature of the
The three
no,
nature. Yeah.
Three
yeah,
nature.
yeah, three
Okay.
natures. Not the
Okay.
nature. Yeah, it's the nature.
And we have a three more here, so it's very interesting
Yeah.
to translate.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
triple no.
And Tetaki Trupe Tun Shukpa. What is
I'd like to ask Stanley to answer this because it was the topic of the early CSP classes.
yeah.
The what? Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Right.
good. It's the answer of the equation.
Hmm.
Okay, something like that.
Yeah.
Cupid dun here
Yeah.
means
But how did you translate the Shuba? It's a request?
now the Shuba is very, very difficult.
Which was requested.
It's a verb.
Requesting.
What's Shuba mean?
Request.
Yeah, usually it
Huh.
means to request an instruction. For example, the famous 14 unanswered questions, they were Shuba. First, they asked the question, and then Buddha refused to answer. Okay, so Shuba is past tense for asked, and it can also mean someone offers an opinion.
Oh.
So we don't know which one it means yet. When you're doing the outline in advance, you keep some things open in your mind. You say, maybe I'll change it later when I find out who's shubaing. Okay, usually it's a student is asking a teacher, but it might be something different. If a very high teacher teaches a group of students and they want to show respect to the students, they'll say, thank you for, they'll say, can I shuba you something? Can I ask you something? And it's a very polite way to tell the other person that you respect them. Okay, we don't know. When you translate and you're translating what's coming next, you have to say provisional. Provisional? What's that in Tibetan word?
Reishik.
Nice, good. Reishik, shik. Reishik means some fleece. Reishik means provisionally. Okay, good.
Okay. And under that category is the Dogupa setting for the sutra and the Dei Tun Chumse Shepa, a brief explanation of its meaning. Okay. So it's pretty what we are going to have in the next few classes.
Good.
Yeah, so this is my homework today.
Yeah.
And we totally have 100 folio, I guess. 108 folio.
Wow, coincidence.
Yeah.
Yeah, so every ancient book has an outline, and in the Tsongkhapa tradition especially. So in fact, in the Geshe course, you get a prize if you memorize the outline of the Lamrim Chemo, for example, which is 1,000 pages. And this particular book, if you recite the whole thing from memory, the whole book, 108 pages, in front of all the monks, if you do it correctly, you get the ultimate prize in Tibet, which was one block of Chinese tea and a sheep stomach full of old butter.
Oh,
So if you want to make a real special prize for Gibson. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, and this is my translation, draft translation. We have this one our last 19 class, but we are not sure what we are translate. So we translate again.
Okay.
Okay. So Nipani. So this brings us to the second step, exhaustive explanation.
Why is it hard to? Is that what Nipani says?
No.
Good. Explain.
Usually Nipani only translate as this is the second one.
Yeah.
So this is why every time we can see Geshe pull the previous text from before to say this category have the 3 division. The first one is switch, the second one is switch. But when they go to the second one, they don't give you the detail. They only say this is the second one. So for the reader, Geshe will pull the previous text to here, and we will translate. We'll put the detailed information.
So like 100 pages later, they say number 2.
Yeah.
And it's kind of cruel. But it forces you to go look at the outline again. And then we, as mixed nuts translators, we always fill it in for the reader because the reader didn't memorize the outline. Okay. All right. Okay.
Can I read this one?
Please.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kalde ngô ni me ba sun be chun na ngô ni me ba sun tu du na te sun kang yin ngô ni me zu ji da yin yang na.
Good. Chinese people's Y is E. But to West China's people, Y is Yi. Okay, so if you're a native Chinese speaker, you have to work hard on this Y. Okay, it's not in, it's yin. Okay, yin. Okay, and you got to practice it. Okay, otherwise you speak Tibetan with a Chinese accent. Okay, okay. You want to translate or?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now you may wonder to yourself, consider all the things that Lord Buddha was talking about when he said nothing in the universe has any nature of its own. If there are summarized into 3 different types of things that don't have any nature of their own, what's at least 3 types of things? And how is it that they don't have any nature of their own?
Yeah, so the author, who is who? Yeah, and by the way, this is a good time for me to announce to the people online, because we have a class, the translation class is watched by many people around the world. I think 3 or 4. And just kidding, I think it's up to 5. No, but I'd like to announce that Gibson's new book is finished, and we should thank him. Yeah. And this book came out yesterday, and it was given away for free to the retreatants at Diamond Mountain, and that's the way it should go. Okay, so somebody should find the ancient book. His name is John Brady. He should find the ancient book. Then, somebody called Aisha should make sure it goes to the input center to get input. And then somebody has to catalog it, called Nick and Ben. And then somebody has to, print it out. And then somebody has to be a translator and bring it to class and translate it. And that's the last book that's Gibson's first book. What we're doing today is his second book. So I'd like to thank Gibson and congratulate him. And it's also available on ebook, and you can get it anytime. And I'd like to thank Rosa for that. Yeah. All right. Yeah, so basically, Buddha said nothing. I'll say it more, it should sound controversial, okay? Buddha said nothing is itself. Buddha said nothing is itself, okay? The microphone is not the microphone. Gibson is not Gibson. Okay, really, that's what Buddha said. And then people are like, huh? And he said, you know what? Gibson's not Gibson in 3 different ways. So we were confused already. And then Buddha confused us more, okay? He said there's 3 kinds of Gibsons there are something like that, okay? And Tsongkhapa has divided his book into explaining emptiness from 2 points of view, from 2 different sources of Lord Buddha. And for $100, if your name is not Word, what are the 2 kinds of emptiness he taught, and when did he teach it? Basically.
The emptiness of the person and the emptiness of the thing.
Wait, who did you raise your hand? Oh, they don't have hands online. No, what are the 2 books though? We talked about it. Buddha taught emptiness 2 different ways, okay? And they are contradictory, all right? In the second turning of the wheel, he taught emptiness according to Shinjing, Shinkanjing, Heart Sutra, Dharmakaya Sutra. Very radical. Nothing is itself. Nothing is itself. Nicole is not Nicole. Anthony is not Anthony. And then when he got to the third turning of the wheel, what did he say? Then I'll give $100 for that. His students challenged him. They said, you know, in the first turning of the wheel, you taught Abhidharma, and you said there's a billion things, and you made a long list and put everybody to sleep. And then in the second turn of the wheel, you said none of that existed. And then, you know, what did you mean? And then what his answer became the third turning of the wheel. People said, why the first 10 years of your life you taught about a long list of all the things in the world? Then the next 10 years of your life, you said none of it exists. And then people asked him the question. It's a famous sutra. You know, people asked him the question. What did he say? $100. I want a good answer. I want $100 answer, not 100 rupee answer. Got one. Who's choosing? Gina. Oh, don't forget she gets a kickback. $20.
He said some things exist and some don't.
Yeah, good. $100. Rob? Yeah, he said some things are empty and some things are not empty. Okay? At the end of his teaching, he said some things are empty and some things are not empty. And we're in the middle of that answer. Okay, so first we're going to talk about the third answer, and then we're going to talk about the second answer. Okay, got it? We're going to teach emptiness the mind-only way, which says not everything is completely empty. And then we're going to go back to the middle way and teach it the middle way, because that's the correct one. Okay, so we're in the middle of the mind-only presentation, which is the third turning of the wheel. Okay, it's where Buddha was, in English we say backtracking. Did you really mean that? Oh no, I mean, I was just kidding, you know. Okay, like that, okay. We're in the middle of that, okay. Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, okay, good, it's okay. Oh, but he said, if you want to understand emptiness, you kind of have to understand it in 3 different kinds of emptiness. Okay, he kind of said it that way. In which turning of the wheel? Third turning of the wheel, okay. There are 3 natures to things when you explain emptiness, okay? And just to tell you, if you start with 2 and you subtract 1, you will get to the third. And I call that the equation, okay? The equation, okay? I invented that term in CSP, I remember. Okay, who's gonna read, Gibson? You're gonna check them.
Do you want to go back to your computer?
Yeah, my computer.
Yeah.
Am I on my computer? Oh, I gotta go find it. Yeah. Let's see here. This how many things I have to work on. Where are you? No, not here. Okay. Hang on. Okay, then I have to share my screen. Okay, good. Okay, here we go. What's the? Oh. Oh, what's the date? That one?
This one.
Oops. Oh yeah, here we go.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Who's gonna read? Where do they start? Here?
Yeah, I think
Okay. Okay. Who's gonna start?
so. Rob?
Okay. Say again. Oh. Better?
A little bit of
Good. Okay.
Noel, is that where we're staying?
Yes, please. No.
Noah ni meba dangpo shepa ni gondrel le de la chu nam ki seni no ni meba ni gang shena kuntak pe
Yeah.
seni gang yin bao pe bao
Okay.
bao.
Shinabao. Hang on. Give you a larger. Okay, good. Okay, ngoni mepa.
Nothing have any natural its own.
Yeah. Usually ngo means essence, okay? Nothing has any essence of its own. All right. It's like a balloon. Think of a balloon, okay? It doesn't have anything inside. It has an outer form, but it doesn't. In the inside, it's just gas, okay? Like so many people's talk. All right. Ngoni mepa dang dangbo.
The first,
Yeah, I'm gonna shepa.
I will go into explain.
So there's three kinds of lack of self-nature in the mind-only school, okay? And when you start comparing schools, you have to be careful how you use the word emptiness. You can't use the word emptiness for everything. Some schools don't, Abhidharma doesn't accept the word emptiness, except, God, you're so hot. All right. What's that mean?
If you ask, what is nothing have any essence of its own? When I said it,
Yeah, no, tseni.
Tiny, definitely.
Definition.
Yeah, you can. So there's
Characteristic.
three kinds of no self-nature, and there's three kinds of no essence in the mind-only school. There's three kinds of no essence in the mind-only school. The first one is literally no definition. No definition. What's the definition of fire? Hot and burning. Okay. If you find something that's hot and burning, that's the rough definition of fire. That's the easy definition of fire. Then in the first of the three kinds of emptiness, Buddha said nothing has any definition. Fire is not hot and fire doesn't burn you. Okay, you all right? Everybody's like, yeah, right. Okay, so when I give you a paycheck and there's no money in it, that's okay, right? All right. Everybody's like, yeah, that's fine. Okay, Shana, if you say that, then the answer is, by the way, Lord Buddha's answer is, Kuntak Betseni Kanyabo.
It's an imaginary thing.
Yeah, so the mind-only school has three famous types of emptiness, basically. Okay, and this first one is the fact that nothing has any defining qualities, hot and burning. Okay, nothing has any defining qualities, hot and burning. And then that has a nickname in the mind-only school. That they don't say, they don't say that. They just say kundak. Okay, they made a short nickname for it, kundak. And Gibson's going to tell you what kundak is.
Kunda is a construct.
Construct.
They
Give
have
an
two
example.
Kind of construct. One thing you mentioned in the previous class is there's a pumpkin on the twin tower.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And one is in your mind.
Yeah, you can say that. So it means imaginary thing.
Okay.
Imaginary thing, something you just imagine. You know, some imagined things are real, and some imagined things are not real. Okay, but they're all imagined things. Okay, and there's a big. I'll say this. When just before you touch the diamond world, what do you see? Huh?
Pendants.
Yeah, but give me a particular thing. Yeah, pot on the stone. Okay, the day that you see emptiness directly, you will see something like a pot on the stone. Okay, and then you will see that it exists in name only, in name only. Okay, Ming De Shak Tsam or Ming Sam, Ming De Shak Tsam. Now, my question for $100 is, except for word, what's that? What does that name really mean? So when they say Buddhism says everything exists in name only, everything exists in name only, and that's emptiness. That's the meaning of emptiness. Everything exists in name only. What is that name? And I'll give $100. Okay. Words like, that's cheating.
Yeah, I got it. Okay.
Wait, who called on? It's $100 at risk here. Whose turn?
Mental
was it?
image.
Yeah. With respect to the example we just gave, that the example that Stanley mentioned, the pot on the stove. Okay, and that there will come a day in your life when you see a seed open in your mind, and you see the picture come out, and you see the picture go to the pot and say pot. Okay, and that makes it a pot. It makes it a pot, and a bug doesn't have that. To an insect, that same color and shape is Mount Everest. You know, it'd take them all day to climb over it. They don't see it as a pot. Okay, that proves that the pot is coming from your pictures. When in Buddhism, we say things are name only, it means picture only. It doesn't mean name only. Okay, it's not that the ant can't say pot. Okay, all right, got it? Okay, so the kuntak means just names, just names. Okay, now question for you. How many things are kuntak?
Everything.
Don't forget what school you're in. You're in the mind-only school. Okay, in the mind-only school, kuntak doesn't mean everything. Okay, yeah. In the higher school, which is middle way school, everything is kuntak. Everything is coming from seeds. Everything is coming from pictures in your mind. Okay, but in the lower school, in the mind-only school, only some stuff is imaginary. And I'll give you an example. Democracy, particularly imaginary. Okay, it's just an idea. It exists in Japan, for example. Okay, Uh, that's an idea, right? But it exists, okay? Then I don't know, an irritating person who doesn't come from you. Can you imagine? You do it all day, so do I. I spent the whole day yesterday doing it. I didn't sleep very well, I was doing it so good, you know? Okay, that's also imaginary, but that thing who didn't come from me doesn't exist. So in the mind-only school, there's some imaginary things that do exist, like democracy in Japan. And then there's some imaginary things that don't exist, like a pod that came from its own side or something like that. Okay, got it? Very important, really important. Is the mind-only school just stupid guys who didn't understand middle way? I mean, some of them. No. Now, see, once you understand more about emptiness, you see they are the opening act. When there's a famous rock band, like our rock band, there's an opening act. There's a smaller rock band that comes out first. And that's the mind-only school. Okay, cool. They're not bad. They're just not famous yet. Okay, all right.
Doesn't the picture sound more like the Shenwang? Because
According to the higher middle way.
Oh.
That was cute. All right. Who's going to read next?
Yinghui.
Oh, sorry. Am I? Okay.
第七节是那第二的你名当的nampak shapai ceni ingi rangi ceni ki nampar nepani main pe de icher teni ceni ngoni mepa ni che jao she sungte.
By the way, these are quotations from the ancient sutra where people asked the Buddha, did you really mean when you said everything was empty in the Diamond Cutter Sutra and the Heart Sutra, did you really mean it? And these are all his answer. And don't forget, it's a translation of his answer. So it gets a little difficult. Okay, so here we go. You want to work on it, Gibson?
Yeah. I found that in the Tengu it's dark.
Okay, good. It helps. It helps. Okay. Yeah. It doesn't change the meaning, but it's clearer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Day teacher means why do you say so? Dita day meaning.
By the way, let me say something.
Okay.
Gibson found a discrepancy. Jetsun Kappa is quoting a sutra, ancient sutra, and Gibson wisely, according to the mixed nuts rules, he went to John Brady's database and found the original sutra, and he said, Geshe, this word is not spelled the same. And sometimes it's important, and sometimes it's not important. But for $100, word is going to tell us. Okay, I'm setting you up. Don't say I never gave you a chance. So it seems like you have to make a choice. And that's what Gibson just asked me, He said, do I go with the sutra reading or do I go with Jetsun Kappa's version? What should I go with? What should I do? And Word's gonna tell you an amazing answer for $100. Hello? Usually he thinks better if you grease the wheel. And if he doesn't get the answer, I'm so happy. It's like make my whole day happy.
All right. Okay. Well, the thing with Geshe Kappa and the sutras is that during his time period, the sutras were just being codified into one group called the Kangir and Tengir, which lasts to this day for about 700 years. But when he was around, there was still other versions of these translations floating around in Tibet, in West China. So And because he was so good at the sutras, he would pick the translations that he liked best. And those aren't the same exact ones that Bhutan Rinpoche picked and put in his Kangyur and Tengyur. So it's not always the case that if we find something with a slightly different wording in the in the Kangyur and Tengyur, Jason Kappa is incorrect. He could actually be more correct or had picked a translation which was better in his view at the time.
Yeah. So Jetson Kappa is still young enough. They were still putting together the sutras at that time in Tibetan translation. So they were still deciding whose translation was best. The translation that was voted best was carved into wood and it survived. And then the other translations, sometimes they're better in some places. They died out because they were just written on paper. So, and when you see a mistake in Tsongkhapa, you don't know which one, if it's a real mistake by some guy who carved it wrong, or is it that Jetson Kappa decided that that was a better translation. And I'd say in this case, and by the way, that's why it takes 20 years to be a good translator. When they get to 20, I'm going to say 30. But that's why it takes time. You got to make these decisions. And in this case, you can use either one. Okay. Shakbe, Seni. Okay. Mingdang Da, Mingdang De.
It's a name it term.
Yeah, name and term. Say Ming, De, Shaktsam. Ming De, Shaktsam. Shaktsam means just established. Ming means with names. And Da means with signs. Da means a sign. Like if I go, if word starts to give the right answer and I go, that's a Da. Okay, it's nonverbal sign. Okay, so here it says things exist in Ming and Da. What's the Da? That's the mental picture. That's the mental picture, which we call a name. So when you hear Buddhists say everything is name only, it doesn't mean that. It means everything is picture only. Okay. Unfortunately, sometimes they say name and picture, but it refers to picture. Okay. All right. All right. Mingde Shaksam Seni Ying Kurangi Tseniki. It exists through name and pictures, but it doesn't exist Rangi Tseniki. Yeah, or from some quality of its own, through its own quality. What would be an example of that? What would be an example of something that existed through its own quality? Yeah, good. A pen that dogs write with. That's a great example. Or a fire that was hot to everybody. In India, there's these pujaris, Hindu priests. You burn wax, you camphor, you offer it to the Hindu gods. They hold it in their hand, and they do a mantra. They do a special mantra, and it doesn't burn their hand. Okay, so that means hot and burning doesn't live in fire. That means hot and burning is coming from somewhere else. Okay, if someone can hold a fire in their hand and they feel fine, then the hot and burning is not natural to fire. And in Buddhism, we say nothing is natural to anything. Okay, that's the idea. Okay, good. That's what it means when we say that things don't have their own defining quality, their own qualities. Okay, they don't have their own qualities. Even fire is not hot and burning from its own side. Okay, words example is really good. Okay, who's gonna read next?
Angelo.
Uh-oh. We don't want a Guelph accent. Guelph. Okay, what's a Guelph accent? They say, when you're supposed to say about, they say abu. Just kidding. Go ahead.
Okay, where are we?
Sig Dumble.
신당로,
신당로, 니키드리, 랑키, 동그랑,
생리,
생리, 닝고, 오니메, 바르베,
시베, 시네,
바르베 셰페,
시네,
실, 링,
데이치,
디친,
데이치체,
데치체,
치체, 시나,
셰나,
시베,
셰페데,
유첸, 유첸,
유텐,
치베,
치페, 난두, 랑포,
가초,
가초,
네,
네랑,
이챙이,
기칭,
챙이, 챙이,
싱이,
이,
키마, 루파당,
루바탕,
드루파장,
루초,
주트로, 낭밍, 당,
제,
제데,
샤바인,
사파잉,
베,
베, 배유,
유첸,
제순,
순수,
숭소.
Nice. Yay. I'm going to shorten this because we don't have much time, which is true about life in general. Somebody says, so you're talking about the three qualities of the mind-only school. Okay, the mind-only school divides everything into three parts. One is called kunta. It means just names or ideas, product of names, product of ideas. It could be real in the case of democracy in Japan, and it could be unreal in the case of the guy who hurt me yesterday is not a Buddha, for sure. Okay? And we're talking about that. Don't forget what we're talking about. We still have to go to the other two qualities of the mind-only school. We didn't cover all three. We're just covering the first one, okay? What's the source? Lord Buddha's final talk about what he really meant. The book is called What I Really Meant, okay? Chinandu, in response to the question, what did you mean when you said fire didn't have any qualities? What did you mean? And he says, very important here, okay? And that's the thing you should take home from this translation class today. You can answer that question, what I really meant when I said, fire didn't have any qualities of hot and burning. I was giving my answers. By the way, he's defending what? His second turning of the wheel. He's defending the Heart Sutra. He's defending the Dhammapada Sutra. He's defending the 100,000 lines, the 18,000 lines, the 10,000 lines, the 8,000 lines, and the Dhammapada Sutra. And okay, he's defending all the Prajna Paramita Sutras, Bolo Bolo Mido. Okay, and then he says, Gok choke and Drub choke. Say Gok choke, Drub choke. From the Gok choke point of view.
Okay,
yeah, if you want to say emptiness, if you want me to summarize what I meant, I can do it in a negative way, or I can do it in a drub choke. Yeah, I can. What you asked me what I really meant when I said fire was not hot. There's something I was denying, and there was something I was asserting. Okay, there's something I was saying no, and there's something else I was saying yes. Okay, that's Buddha's answer. Who's asking the question? There's a student they're really disturbed that Buddha seemed to contradict himself. In the first 20 years of his life, he doesn't mention emptiness. Then suddenly it's emptiness all day. Okay, and they're like, what's going on? And he says, I can give you an answer from a negative point of view or from a positive point of view. What's the negative point of view? Rangi Tseniki Maduka. Things don't exist.
Through any nature of their own.
Yeah, things don't exist through any nature of their own. Fire exists, but it's not hot and burning from its own side. He didn't say what? It's not hot and burning. He didn't stick his hand in the fire. He's still like, no, they're like, okay, stick your hand in the fire. It's like, no, that's not what I meant. I mean, it's not coming from its own side. Okay, got it? That's the negative side. Then what did he say from the positive side? $100. What did he say from the positive side? What's his name? His name means 50 and 50. Dodo. Just kidding.
I mean, he's saying, and from the perspective of assertion, he says everything exists by name and signs.
Good.
Yeah.
Which in the pen language means?
Which in the pen language means the label that comes from your seeds.
The pictures coming out of your karmic seed.
Yeah.
And by the way, until the day you see emptiness directly, you normally do not see karma opening in your mind ever, never. Okay, you experience everything this way, but you don't catch yourself because it's so fast. It's going so fast. Okay, but the seed opens, picture comes out, and creates the irritating person. Okay, right? That's the positive way. That's the positive way. Druk chok. Say druk chok. From a positive point of view, what I was talking about in the third turning of the second, well, anyway, what I was talking about when I talk about emptiness was things are coming from you. But negative way, what? There's nothing that doesn't come from you. Okay, and Buddha thinks it's important to understand it both ways. What's the fire not, and what's the fire is? That he wants you to understand both. Okay, it's not what you thought it was. It is your seeds opening. That irritating person you met yesterday couldn't sleep well. It's not coming from them, and it is coming from you. Got it, Geshe Michael? Okay, now you can go teach. All right.
My own way is emptiness.
That's a tricky question because I can't say yes because that would be a different. Okay, no, it'd be a different one of the three qualities.
Oh.
It'd be Shenwon. You see what I mean? Okay, why don't you read some?
Okay. Doi Mingje di Ogmani Yang Shepa Chao.
Do yi Mingje di Ogmani Kyang Shepa Chao. Mingje, so this Mingje, okay, which is why I taught you prenasals. J is a very, very common word for to do something. Mingje means make a division or open the door. When you open the door like she's doing right now, it's called dividing the door. In Tibetan, it's called dividing the door. So here Buddha has made a basic division of the first quality of the mind-only school, and he's going to repeat it 2 more times. What was the division? Positive and negative way. Positive way, the pen's coming from my seeds. Negative way, it's not coming from itself. Got it? And that's going to be true for the other 2 parts of the mind-only school, which we're going to get to next class because we just ran out of time. You want to read the last sentence just for fun?
Kundalam make you Teni ki no ni ranki Teni ki trupe trupa nepala chao.
This is a special use of the word gyu. So 99% of the time, gyu means cause. But when you say yugyu or megyu, it changes. And it means that's not there. That's not there. Yugyu dak, the self which is there. Megyu dak, the self which is not there. It doesn't mean cause. It has nothing to do with cause. Okay, got it? It's an idiom in Tibetan. Okay, megyu dak. Megyu dak means the self that's not there. Yugyu dak means the self which is there. Can I risk $100? Yeah, let's do it. What if I died tomorrow and all that money is just sitting there? I can't get any mileage out of it. Okay, Rob, you ready? Who can tell me what kind of self is in the pen and what kind of self is not in the pen? That's what he's talking about. Two kinds of self, or Rob. Okay, there's a Rob which does exist, and there's a Rob that doesn't exist. You're so rich, all right.
Huh? No, it's okay. I'm just joking. You want? Okay. When you leave the room, there's no Rob there. And when you leave the room, there's no Rob there.
Okay.
And when you come back, there is a Rob there.
I want a philosophical answer. Oh no, that's a good answer. Okay, I'm sorry. That's a good answer. You could say the Rob that, to put it simply, to repeat Anatol's answer without being cute. But he's so cute, I said that he has to be cute. The Rob that does exist is the one that comes from you. And the Rob that doesn't exist is the one that doesn't come from you. Therefore, you can never have a mental affliction, right? No, that's supposed to be the answer. It's if you understand that there's a Rob there which is coming from you, and there's no Rob there that can't come from you, it's supposed to cure you of your mental afflictions in 10 minutes. Okay? Go figure. All right. Anyway, it helps. It helps. And then, the more you study, the more you learn. You don't learn it the first time you hear it, right? There's a difference between hearing and learning. There's a big difference. You'll sit in this class for 10 years, and Geshe will tell you that every irritating person is coming from you, and you'll say, yeah. He said that last time, which to me is irritating. But okay, but then someday you'll say, oh my God, Geshe was right. The day you see the pen thing, the day you see it, you'll send me a letter in another world. I'm so sorry that I listened for all those years, and I still got irritated at somebody who was coming from me, okay? But every time you hear it, it gets stronger in your mind, okay? Every time you hear it, the fight, you get stronger, your muscles get stronger, okay? For the good fight. Cool? All right, thank you, GIBSON. Thank you for your new book. Okay, we got world news. Oh, I'm sorry, I gotta go. Okay.
All right. So anyone have any application of this class? Whoa. Yeah, I can share one. When Buddha give the answer, he give the two ways of answer, right? He used the one is from the negative way, and one is from the positive way. The negative way is things don't have any defining nature of its own, and the positive way is they are coming from net only, which is from your picture. So I want to start from this way. Anyone want to use it into their own life? Anyone? Raise your hand. Oh, okay. Where? Microphone.
Hello? Okay. I've actually been using this recently. Imagine that. I've been using the teachings. And it's actually helping. And the negative thing that we were just discussing as like a presentation of, what's not there, right? That in in West Chinese they say gakcha, right? And I just use it like a mnemonic device in my head now. Every time I start getting irritated, in my head I just say gakcha, gakcha, and it works. I'm just like, oh yeah, that thing I'm getting irritated does not even. There's nothing that exists like that, right? The negative, in the negative sense, the thing you're getting irritated at is not actually there. It's in your head, and you think it's there, but it's not, and it's working for me. I'm actually pretty surprised. I mean, I probably don't seem less irritated to the people around me, but I am. So I think it works. Some kind of trigger like that.
Well, actually, I want to ask you some question about my only school. Yeah, you got my only hat. Yeah, the question I have is we all spending most of our time in the middle school. Yeah, and suddenly we want to change the gear to the my only school. Sometimes it's very difficult.
No, it's a great idea.
Yeah, so how can we have a very smooth change the gear to my only school?
Oh, okay.
Because you have very long experience about it.
Mike. Okay. You give.
Oh, me.
Okay. That's a great question. I think about the mind only school a lot. I think it's the hat. And the main thing I think that helps me bridge the gap, because we all want to be middle way, like, yes, the pen, I understand completely. And then we're like screaming in traffic. I'm like, oh, okay, maybe I don't get it. The main thing that helps me in mind only school is honestly the idea of a foundation consciousness. And it's, in an ultimate sense, it's wrong, right? That there's some part of your mind that exists there. But as a staircase, right? There's a whole staircase house, right? Yeah. As a stepping stone, it's amazing. It's mind-blowing, because we all think, unless you are some realized being or something, we all think that our mind exists. We all do. And so if you that's okay. You can still believe that and still get closer. So why you think that your mind exists? Fine, your mind exists. Yes. Staircase. Exactly. Thank you, Siri. You can believe that and still get closer to middle way by thinking, oh, okay, yeah, my mind exists, but everyone's in here with me. Okay, that mind I have, yeah, this is the mind that I have. Okay, that's all there is. Mind only is a bad translation. It means kunshi only. The school name is Sem Tampa, but in that school, Sem means kunshi. So it's a bad translation, but it's okay. It makes a good hat. So if you can think, okay, they are somehow in my mind, happening as a part of me. You don't have to think necessarily they are coming from me. They are me in this way. They are connected to me. They are part of the thing I did in the past. It's still closer. And you still shut up. You still stop yelling. That's what I think.
Thank you.
Helpful? Good.
By the way, I want to say thanks word, because he's my first language teacher. And also his first student. Yeah, so he keep encouraging me when I feel not confident in the Sedona. So thank you a lot. Anyone want to give the application? No?
Okay. I think. Let me see. Yes. Wait. Okay, Sugan.
Can I ask a question?
Wow.
No, I'm very intrigued with this contact thing, and we say it's construct, it's outside. So can I say that everything which is outside is contact? I'm not sure. Word can help also if you, yeah. I don't. I'm just confused. Can I just say anything outside my mind is contact? Say again. Oh, Shenwang. So how do I differentiate contact and Shenwang then? Right? So outside thing which is real is contact, and outside thing which is unreal is Shenwang. So contact is outside thing which is real without self nature, and Shenwang is the outside thing which is real and without self nature. Can I say that?
Kuntak is anything that's fake.
That is fake. Okay.
Construct.
Construct. And what is Shenwang then?
Real things.
Outside thing which is real.
Like Buddha said, from causes.
So does that mean every fake thing deduct the real thing is the Yongtru?
Yeah, if you take away all this fake stuff, all these kuntaks, and you have real things.
Okay.
So kuntak and Shenwang are all outside.
Some kuntaks are outside, some kuntaks are inside.
Oh, so the kuntak which is inside is Shenwang. Can I say that?
No. Okay, yeah. Kuntak will say imaginary, made up stuff, and Shenwang will say cause things that come from causes. Yongdrup is what's left over if you take away all the fake stuff from all the real stuff, which is empty.
So what is the equation again?
The equation is real stuff minus fake stuff equals real stuff.
So in my only school, out of 3 kind of stuff, there are only 2 are real. 1 is fake.
So, can I summarize? Yes. Okay, kuntak is outside. Okay, imaginary thing is outside thing that I think we have no self nature, and then Shenwang is outside thing which I think has causes.
There's 2 kinds of imaginary things.
Okay.
Things which are imaginary just because you can call them anything you want, and things which are imaginary because they don't exist at all. Example, democracy anywhere. Okay, you can label it. You can say, oh, that's called democracy, right? But it's an idea. But a dog that writes the letter to his doggy girlfriend, that never existed. That's completely fake. Both of them are kuntak. Fake because you can give them any name, or fake because it just doesn't exist.
Both of them are
kuntak.
Okay.
No.
Oh yeah.
It's not necessarily has to do with outside or not, although there's a whole other thing about outside too. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Got it? All right. Both. Anatole said, are you saying fake meaning mental, or are you saying just fake? It's both. It's fake because it's an idea in your mind, and there's also fake things, an idea that comes from you, like a label. Like I could say Rob, but his name could have been Frank. And everyone was like, oh, there's Frank, right? That doesn't make him fake, but that makes the name I'm giving him arbitrary. That's a kuntak, right? But the Rob that's not coming from me, that's also fake. But in the sense that it's ultimately fake. There could never be such a thing. Both are kuntaks. Imaginary kuntak, imaginary, and real imaginary.
Okay, thank you. So let's welcome the PTWN.
right, thank you so much. We used to have like long introductions and everything, but things are getting hot. I don't know what's going on. Many people last minute want to add stuff. And you know, I don't like saying no, but we learn sometimes saying no is compassion and practicing. But okay, let's move. Thank you, Chloe. Chloe helps. Yeah. So yeah, Chloe helps me a lot with this. So thank you so much. She's gonna be here with me to present you some news. I don't know, quick context. What we do is after translation class, we have a segment where we share a little bit ongoings of what's happening in the World View organizations. So, but first, I just want to say thank you so much to Geshe Michael. Yeah. And I just came back from a wonderful trip in Japan, but as he say, I found an island just in the middle of the ocean, which is a wonderful place to be. And I want to plant a seed because I hope like sometime Geshe can come as well and maybe we can produce something there. And then I thought, how cruel is if you invite your teacher for dinner, but you don't give them cutlery. So if we want to, I want to give you this. So you have everything you need to succeed if you come with us to Hawaii. So now all the equipment is there. Right. Yeah, mostly. We need a few more things, but it's a good start. All right, so can Tech Table help us sharing the, yes, thank you so much. We're gonna go a quick run on general news and then have some interviews. Maybe you can start, Clay. Can you tell us what's going on today and what has been going on for the last month?
Yes. So welcome everybody to this beautiful retreat and also for the online participants and from Malaysia and everybody from all over the world, welcome. So today we're gonna recap you guys on how much Geshe Michael and the Worldview production trip has done last month. First, let's congratulate the DSCU University and the first graduating cohort. Thank you, Principal Zhou Xiaoping, and then Vice Principal Stanley Chen and Geshe Michael, and all the graduating EMBA and MBA students. If you are in the room, you can raise your hand. Congratulations to some of you online. Please.
You just ask to take table when you want the next one.
Okay, so congratulations. And if you're online, please join this graduation party. And then Geshe Michael introduced this 8 library idea to put in the 2 campuses, one in Sedona, one in Kyoto, and we'll have a physical location for all the classics.
Amazing
Yay.
project, really. There was a YouTube video. I don't know what happened with it. And yeah, but he gave a wonderful talk during the graduation ceremony. If you can ever watch it, I think it's mind-blowing.
Hello.
All right.
So after Kyoto, the group has gathered into Hangzhou, near Shanghai. And guess how many people were there? So congratulations on the DCI Global. So almost 1,000 people attended in person. And thank you, Seiji. Thank you, Wang Xia. Thank you. Thank you, Vivian. And thank you for all the students that come from all over the world. There are also 300 people online. Okay, all the DCI organizers, yes. Thank you. And thank you, Geshe Michael, for the, so this is another, next photo, please. Yes, So this is a beautiful venue. Thank you. Next one, please. Then the group, Geshe Michael, Stanley, and Xiaoping went to Dunhuang. So we had this beautiful event that made the history of attendance. So this is called the Dunhuang West Idea Mixer. So there are 120 person attended in person. Almost 2,000 people attended online from over 25 countries in the world. And it was simultaneously translated to up to 12 languages. So thank you so much for everybody who involved in this big feast of idea changes. So now this Dunhuang West project was officially launched. And then this is, next slide, please. So this is where they went, innovation retreats. And these are the future. Stanley is gonna lead a group of people to preserve 60,000 manuscripts from Dunhuang caves, and then everybody try to do innovation retreat and pass it down for future generations. So thank you.
Yeah. And now, you know, these are just quick news, but then we try to get, yeah, well, anyways, that was too fast. It was, anyways, during the trip, Rob Haggerty had his birthday, and he told me he's still taking presents. So if you want to congratulate him? Oh yeah, I missed the QR code.
We need the QR code. Yes. Tag table.
Anyways, yeah, what I was saying is these are quick news, but then we try to get them to talk about projects. So I think Stanley agree. Maybe soon he will talk about this wonderful AR project. It's really cool, and it's a combination.
IR.
Yeah, my English, excuse me. In Spanish, we say things differently. But there is a synergy, beautiful synergy between the ancient wisdom preserving in the West deserts and the ancient wisdom preserving the East deserts. And there's like a something cooking. Very cool. All right, so one more.
Next slide, please. As you know, we're having 2,000 people globally right now studying with Geshe Michael. If you haven't joined, please sign up and get this book, The Song of My Spiritual Life. What is the Tibetan of West language on this one? So I put in the chat. So thank you. So if you are here, you can get it in the bookstore here. Thank you.
Yeah. And just by the way, this event where we are, because for online people, we are in the middle of Diamond Car Classics event translation program just for today, but we are inside a bigger event at Diamond Mountain, inside a 5 houses event. And this is the book we are using as the main source of the content, we could say that. So you get your book and join us for more classes. It's just starting. It's going to be very exciting. It's already very exciting. So what's going to happen after this event? In the following programs of 5 houses, we go to Mexico, of course. Yay. And that's going to be happening from July 18th to the 20th. But then I was talking with the organizers, who I want to thank Pachi and Paulina. They are one of the main producers, 2 of the main producers. And Pachi is very shy, but he does a lot. And he rarely gets upset. But you have to be skillful to get him upset. Anyways, they say they have a surprise, an extra day. So it's really going to be from July 18th to the 21st. Now it's really worth it to come. Only 3 days, you could say, well, but now it's 4. So 100% try to come. It's going to be super, super cool. And in regards to Mexico, we just hear that a team of people there went to teach this wonderful system at one of the main schools in Mexico City. Not main schools in the sense that it's like governmental school, a school like public school kind of thing. And people love it. I haven't heard the details from them, but we are already planning an interview soon. So we'll give you more details of this amazing event. And Yes, you will know about this if you were part of the mailing list that Geshe Michael sends, because he talked about it yesterday. And we want to encourage you, if you don't know what is this, talk to Lindsay. It's a really, really cool project. Yeah, I'm rushing because, you know, it's little time and many people want to talk. So, but anyways, this is a project where you know, the Good Night Book Club, you cut your electronics at night, you read some ancient wisdom, you have a great good night's sleep, you plant the seed for lucid dreaming, and you get to be part of the mailing list if you want, where Geshe sends news every day of two things: some great events happening in the world, and also progress on his great translations. So it's a win-win for sure. You can sign up for this as well. Okay, I want to invite Ward and Paulina here because we have amazing news to talk about. Thank you, Chloe, so much. Maybe you can sit. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, just sit there. It's fine. All right, so some of you may hear about this wonderful idea. I think it was Geshe Michael's idea.
Definitely.
Yeah, if it's wonderful, most likely it was his idea. But yeah, it's called G-Box. It's a very cool thing happening where it's like a arming like the all-stars team. Imagine like you get the best players on the different soccer teams and you put them all together to, you know, just rip it out and do amazing things. So the idea is to collect some of the translators, like great minds in this world, like Word, and some of the ancient wisdom teachers who have been teaching all over the world, put them together, make a mix, and see what's the recipe, what's the dish, you know? So we had an event recently. Can you show? I mean, I'm shy because I'm praising these people, but I had the wonderful tech table, please. Previous picture. Anyways, I had the honor to be invited to one of them with Adam Andrade, and it was super fun. We had to produce it. We went to Japan. Yeah, anyways, you know the story, Japan and other things. It was super fun, super cool. You can watch the recordings online because the classes are there on YouTube really right now. And then, you know, we inspire people so much that Ward and Paulina, we also want to try that. We don't know if you're going to be able to live up to the expectation, to the higher standards we set. But next picture, please. Yes. We want to talk to you a little bit of about what are you planning to do? How do you plan to step up to these high quality standards? And maybe we hear quickly from you, Paulina. What's your vision? What's your general opinion on this project? Then we'll ask Ward, what are you planning to do?
Thank you, Juan. So Geshe came up with this idea of the G-Box new program last year in July in Mexico. And I think it's a powerful collaboration. And, you know, I think it's brilliant how Geshe is adding this last or new part to this long process of first finding this ancient book. And then, you know, all these, a lot of people working to preserve, to access these texts, to hand these books to the translators. So, and then they spend hours and hours to translate this beautiful and powerful wisdom. And now we are, you know, Geshe is bringing us to work together, to learn from each other, and to create life tools, because sometimes these books can be difficult to understand. So what's the point of having these beautiful books if we cannot access and put this into practical ways to benefit of it? So this is the main goal of G-Box program, to create teachings to apply in our daily lives. And I believe this will benefit a lot of people.
If you do it well, we'll see.
No, I don't know.
I know.
Great books.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. All right, Word.
Yeah, so G-Box is a great books oral commentary series. and so, yeah, just like Juan said, we're bringing together the mixed nuts team with the classics team, and it's amazing. And so Pao asked me, do you want to do G-Box with me? And I said yes. And from your book, The Golden Key, I said, okay, that's a great idea. And so I was searching the text for something to diamond mine, and I was like, I know, I'll steal Maitreya's idea. So I took one line from the book, right? This is also Geshe Michael's idea. I just took one line from the book, and we made a whole G-Box out of one line. And I think it's gonna be mind-blowing. And we call it the end of the most subtle pain. Yes.
What he didn't mention is that it's a $10,000 grant. Okay, so you need two people. If you're an ACI teacher and you find the translator, and together you make a program, three days program, and then we sponsor it for $10,000. Okay.
Now we're talking, huh?
I didn't.
It's not only good intentions. I see.
I didn't want to mention the money.
People start asking you. Now I know who to borrow from.
It's going to the children, Juan. So anyway, yeah. So we took one line from the book, and me and Pal designed this amazing program, and it's going to be every Saturday in May, 4 classes online. Right before our translator group goes on Saturdays. So yeah, and it's the same exact link. So you can just, yeah, you can just go to the bathroom with Hav and get on a new link. Yay.
And then maybe there is this idea that at the end of the year, people will vote of the best and they get another extra 1,000. I'm just kidding. I don't know. I'm just joking. But okay, you are not the only ones who want to step up and defend the title of the best G-Box of the year, because we have also some other people teaming up to, chase your bones. And yeah, I don't know. I guess some jokes only work in Spanish. But yeah, Niklas Shaw is also getting ready his troopers, and some of them, none of them is right here in the room, right? Okay, we can criticize them. Huh?
They're all online.
They are online. But yeah, so yours is gonna be in May, yes. Correct? This one is gonna be in June. There is more opportunity to join, start making friends with the translators, and maybe you do something as well. So we'll keep you posted, and we wish you the best.
Yay.
Best wishes. Yay. Thanks so much. Next project we're gonna present is Marianne. She's here, and she has been preparing this wonderful show called Carrots and Potatoes. We want to show you a video and then talk with Marianne quickly about what she has been doing and what she wants to do next. But yeah, let's first watch the video, please. Thank you for being here. Welcome. All right, Marianne, so you contacted me a few months, almost a year ago, and you say, I'm in Mexico, I'm gonna produce this show, Flavi's helping me. I didn't know much, but maybe tell us, how did it go? What happened? What's gonna happen next?
Yeah, so I got the project. Thank you, Geshe Michael. And yeah, first I didn't know what to do, but then I just started. And thanks to the friends in Mexico, in Guadalajara. We did the filming there. Thanks, Anatole. Thanks, Flavia. And we created a video series about how you can boost up your food in regards of the ingredients you choose. But also, of course, we spiced it up with some sparks of wisdom. And we sneaked it in how you can think about your food or even your lifestyle. And it's an international show, so we have, I asked people for interviews all around the world, the DCI organizers or senior teachers, and they gave me their thoughts and also a recipe from their country. And so we created a show around these interviews. And
How many chapters have you done already?
Now we did 6 episodes already to be prepared. So we did 4 in Mexico and 2 in Germany. And of course, we have to go on because there will be 1 show each month. And so far, we have translated all the videos in 6 languages.
Wow.
And Chinese, Vietnamese, Russian, Spanish, and German. So,
So if people want to watch them, they can follow the QR code.
Yes.
It takes them to the website, and they are already ready?
No, not really, but they are there where it starts. So you follow the QR code, and then you can get a member because you have to be member to get these secret
recipes.
Good,
good. Yeah, grandmas in the old days, they never share the recipes unless you, how to say, do the dishes, do the toilet, behave very well, then you get the recipe of the grandma.
Yes, so you have to subscribe to get the secret recipes.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Sometime soon we can talk more about it, and you keep us updated with the progress of the website and the progress of the recipes. Maybe one day we can try them actually. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, you should try them. And of course, I want to thank everybody who supports me because I really need the support, especially Sunam and Sergey, who they do the work. They do the work behind. And so thanks everybody who participated. And thank you, because you are the subscribers. And of course, we want to support all the other World Youth organizations. So thank you.
Thank you as well. Thank you as well. And congratulations to Kitty also. I saw him on TV. So yes, Kitty's getting famous. Yeah. All right. And finally, just this morning, I got like a very cool video that I want to share with you to close the day. It was part of the wonderful DSCU ceremony. It's a short video. Edmond sent it to me. Thank you so much, Edmond. So we just share with you a little bit of what happened. Oh yeah, this is if you guys want to follow the news. We have Instagram. YouTube is very slow, but if other people want to help me, it will be great because I'm not very good with computers and stuff like that. Just reach out, and for sure I can find something on social media, Instagram, YouTube, website that you could help if you're interested, or just watch the content there. But let me show you the final video of today. Hope you enjoy. It was part of the whole experience in Japan. If you ever have a chance, Japan is wonderful. If you can come to one of these events, it's great. I have this vision, wonderful, if like people from all the organizations start sharing, and from one organization they can go to other organizations and mix, and we get to know all each other. So just it's the video that I sent you, the second video. I hope you have it. I know you have it. All right, thank you, and enjoy last video, and after that you're free to go to the bathroom or whatever.
They are opening a new generation coming up. So if you're interested, you can follow the QR code or take the chance and talk to Chopin. She's here. You can ask her all your questions. She'll guide you. Thank you, Chopin, so much for your hospitality in Japan. And I really think you're doing wonderful, wonderful job. And part of it, I see it in the smile of the people who take the courses. Really, really happy people. So that's a really good sign. They are having an amazing experience in life. Thank you so much. See you next time. See you Monday. If everything goes well.
Hello, everybody. Normally, I don't give the final announcements for the online group, but I wanted to talk a little bit about what's coming up. So this is specifically for the 5 Houses program. And I know many of you many of you are here just for the mixed nuts. So this announcement actually is not for you, but if you want to listen, that's fine. So what we have coming up now is, for those of you online, the very next program that we have is going to be our online workshops. And I wanted to talk a little bit about them. That's starting tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Arizona time. And the reason I'm here is because I wanted to personally inspire all of you online who are joining our 5 Houses program to come to one of these workshops tomorrow. So basically what's happening is each of you who's part of the 5 Houses program will have to choose one of the houses. It's okay, you don't have to choose it for the rest of your life, but which of the 4 houses here interests you? Which one do you want to become part of? Which one do you want to help develop? And so tomorrow we're going to have the first of our workshops to help develop each of those houses. So choose one and then come to it. Very simple. And in that workshop, we're going to be working with Geshe Michael's texts and developing the next courses that will become part of those houses themselves. So I just wanted to personally invite each and every one of you to come and participate in it, because it's you who will be making the 5 houses grow. It'll be you that'll be making the 5 houses possible. And it's you who will be teachers in the 5 houses. So we're looking forward to seeing you tomorrow, starting at 7 a.m. And then in the afternoon, we'll then again have Geshe Michael classes. So thank you all very much for joining. I'm very happy you all came for the mixed nuts as well. And we will see you tomorrow. All this information is also going to be available in an email being sent to you. It's going to be available on the e-learning platform and also the Telegram chats. I know you'll have lots of questions. Please don't hesitate to reach out. The Telegram chats are probably the best way to get the quickest information you need. So thank you all very much for joining. And we're looking forward to seeing you tomorrow for our first workshops. Have a great day. Bye-bye.